Our conference theme talks about entrepreneurial mindset. And as project managers, whether we are delivering a client project or we are running our own enterprise, it is imperative that we have this entrepreneur mindset. And who better than talk about this topic than Mr. Avelo Roy? Mr. Avelo Roy is a serial tech entrepreneur, investor, and TV host who started his first startup at the age of 19. As the great great grandson of Mrs. Sarojini Naidu, Avelo continues the legacy forward by tirelessly serving the Indian youth through entrepreneurship education using lean startup methodology and principles of Bhagavad Gita. As the MD of Kolkata Ventures in the past 3 years, he has resulted in the generation of 400 plus revenue generating startups and is responsible for around 4,500 new jobs created in 10 states of Eastern India. He is part of the board of advisors in Amity University Online, Comedy Munch. He is a former startup advisor for Prime Minister of Nepal, a guest lecturer in the Illinois Institute of Technology, Northwestern University, and our very own IITs. With 500 plus speaking engagements in US and India, which includes the White House panel for entrepreneurship education, TEDx talks, George talks, and more, Avelo at this young age has rocketed the sky. It is an absolute honor for us to welcome Avelo. In terms of his accolades, I thought his background will do the speaking, and we really don't need to call out specifically on the umpteen number of accolades and awards that he has received for himself. So over to you, Avelo, now. I will just make you the presenter.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure knowing you, and I'm so honored to be amongst all of you at PMI Group. Okay, so basically it's about all of you who are thinking about starting your own startup. COVID-19 lockdown, it can lead to some thoughts about being your own boss. And so I'll start with this little plaque. So when 2008, President Obama came into power, one of the first things he did was started Startup America. And he made us who were at the time building our startups to go to colleges and schools that inspired others to become job creators and job seekers, because at the time, US had 10% unemployment rate. So it was kind of similar to what is going on right now with recession and all, but of course now is much worse, it seems like. But here I got this flag, and this is really the definition of entrepreneurship. It says, can't spell entrepreneur, be one, and hire someone who can. And this is really powerful because it means you don't have to be an expert at everything. You know what you know, you have a couple of gifts from God, and whatever you're good at, be that person, and the things you're not good at, get other people to join you and create a team and solve the problem together. So a little bit like Shawnee mentioned, so I have been an entrepreneur all my life since I was 19 years old in college. I've been mentored by millionaires and billionaires. Here you see the CEO of Motorola, Nokia, which was at the time very, very big before iPhone, Apple, all that happened. Then I won the Entrepreneur Idol there. It's just like Indian Idol, you win for singing. Entrepreneur Idols for entrepreneurs. Won lots of free money through competitions as a student, and then built this amazing team of former CTO of Motorola and head of marketing for L'Oreal, VP of innovations for Wrigley. All these great people who had everything you can imagine. They left all that. They had the corporate life working well for them, but they wanted to do the startup thing, just like all of you might be interested. And we were two kids who knew nothing, and these guys helped us, they taught us, and together we have built multiple businesses in US, Canada, Hong Kong, and India. So I came back to India from the US in 2016 and started Kolkata Ventures, which is my baby right now. Of course, I've done other businesses too, but Kolkata Ventures being a very thriving and fulfilling experience, because it allows me to make other people's dream come true. And so far, we have been able to launch and incubate 400 plus revenue generating startups from Kolkata Ventures. And we started from Kolkata, then West Bengal, then East India, India. Now we're in 3 countries and going global. That's the beauty of digital economy, that we can be sitting in Kolkata and going global. So when I started Kolkata Ventures, just an anecdote, people were like, go to Hyderabad, Gurgaon, Bangalore. Nothing happens in Kolkata. And I took it as a challenge that, you know what, we are different. And we have this entrepreneurial spirit that's been killed for decades, but let's resuscitate it. If I don't do it, somebody else will. Might as well I do it, right? So I'm very happy that we get the Kolkata brand out there, not only in India, but also outside. There are businesses that are doing very well in Germany, in Australia, in US, in Canada that are, they say we are incubated by Kolkata Ventures. And this is a very proud thing for us. And it's not just me. We have Indo-US collaboration. We have amazing people on board, people who are from academics. Gary and I have started many companies. My co-founder Neeraj over here, BTech MTech from IIT Kharagpur, MBA from ISP Hyderabad, gold medalist. We have manufacturing, we have digital, we have technology, advertising, food, you name it. We have people from various industries. But the beauty of it is every one of them are entrepreneurs who build from 0 to million plus, and only then they're allowed to mentor our startups, right? We make sure entrepreneurs who struggled hard are the entrepreneurs who help our struggling startups. And as a result, we have some really great startups that are making more than 4 lakhs a month. Many of them have gotten funded already. And I also teach at some of the premium institutes in the country, 6 IITs, 3 IIMs, my own university, Illinois Institute of Technology, as well as Northwestern University Scale-Up School of Business, which is second to Harvard University. So the best part is I don't have an MBA, and I teach at MBA level, right? I teach entrepreneurship and marketing as a guest faculty at all these universities, and I don't have an MBA myself. I'm self-taught by doing startups. So a lot of you might be thinking, should I go for an MBA? Should I get some degree before I do my own business? It's not necessary. Life will teach you everything. Whatever life won't teach you, you will find a mentor. You will learn on social media, and you can get through things. Why should you listen to me? So here's some validation, some press media coverage. When you do things that unique things, people talk about you. And I've been very fortunate to not shy away from media and publicity. And as you build your startup, you'll realize you also need that, because that helps you open doors. So employee to entrepreneur, that's a big shift. It's something you're used to, you're comfortable, you get a good job, good salary, and suddenly you're like, I want to do something big, but oh boy, I have to risk it all. Should I do it? I have kids, I have a family. What will people say? In Bengali, there's a saying called "Loke ki bolbe," or in Hindi we say "Log kya kahenge," right? Sharma ji ka beta is doing this. Shouldn't I follow Sharma ji ka beta? So the important thing is that it's a big mindset shift, and I tweet in the middle of the night when I get inspired, and there's one thing I really like. I said, it is better die with memories than dreams, right? When we are on our deathbed, let's not have any regrets that I could have done this. I should have done this. I didn't do it. Oh, too bad, right? Let's have dreams that I'm glad I did it and I had a good life. So death is a very big motivation for at least me, and I know many people, because you don't want to die with regrets, And the anatomy of change starts with 3 Ds: disgust, decide, desire. Disgusted with the fact that you're having whatever the life that is, or the bad boss, or maybe it's something else, maybe it's monotonous, maybe it's just you're done with a lot of project management and you want to be your own boss, whatever that is. You decide that I want to do this. You desire, let's make it happen. And you resolve. And you create a compelling vision. Of course, with project management, you guys know it better than me. You need to have a goal. You need to have an end goal. You have to have a deadline. And you got to break it down into small tasks. Every day you act on it. Every day you have small victories leading to that big goal. So as project management professionals, that's very natural to all of you. And that's what, right? That's the whole point, that you build a dream, How much do you want to make? Okay, in the next 2 years, I want to get to $1 million. Okay. And you break it down, tasks and deadline, and make it happen, right? So small changes every day equals sustainable. So you can keep your job. You can be working. You don't have to quit your job today. Uh, you know, the most of the part that's the beginning stage of the startup, pre-revenue stage, doesn't require you to quit your job. So market research, product development, you can do all of that by working 2 hours a day towards your startup. Weekends, maybe 8 hours, right? And then slowly, when you start generating revenue, maybe 30% of your salary you're making from your startup. That's when you can quit your job and jump on board. Just make sure you don't have a non-compete agreement, or if you have, follow the laws, or if there's any intellectual property related things you signed for your company, make sure you're not violating that. But otherwise, you don't have to quit your job to do the initial market research at least, right? To get the team on board, to do the. So I'll walk you through step by step. Although I don't have too much time, but I'll still walk you through step by step what all is required. First thing is get to know yourself, right? We have right brain, left brain folks. So most of you must be on the left brain side, more methodical, more analytical side. But I'm sure many of you are creative also. So accordingly, figure out what is your strength God has given you. Are you better at marketing, advertising, dealing with people, or are you dealing with numbers? You prefer to be on the business model side, lawyer side, patenting side? Which part of the business do you want to take care of? If I had more time, I would make you go through this exercise, but I can't. So please do this exercise at your own time. Write down 2 skills that you're better than others and 2 things you're passionate about. So skills could be something like, it could be cooking, it could be coding, it could be project management, it could be product management, it could be anything, right? It could be skills that you're really good at. And passion, it is basically sports, music, or movies, or healthcare, or technology. What are these things? Why am I making you do this? Here's why. Because you have to start with the problem. And you have to figure out what is the problem in a particular market. Once you've figured out the problem in a particular market, then you figure out, okay, how to solve that problem. Now, to solve that problem, you have to have skills to build a product or service. You will realize you don't have all the skills. And that's how you get co-founders, people who have skills you don't have. And skills you have, they don't have. Not like your co-founder is your roommate or girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife. The co-founder is somebody who has complementary skills. And together, putting it together, you build your business model. What is a business model? In simple words, a business model, I'm sure you've seen sugarcane juice being made. This is what happens. Your blood, sweat, equity, hard work goes in. Value creation happens. You solve problems. Juice comes out, which is your profit, revenue, right? So business model is all of that. All different moving parts of the business. So a business model, according to Lean Startup methodology, is defined as a business model describes all parts of the company necessary to make money. Starts with your customer segment. Not just anybody who has a phone and an internet connection is your customer. It's a customer segment. Value proposition. What value are you creating? It's not like the features of your phone or features of your software or whatever. It is a value. What problem are you solving? What benefit are you giving the customer? So, for example, let's say, what is the value of a phone? It saves you time. It helps you connect. That's the value of a phone. What's the value of LinkedIn? LinkedIn allows you to network, find jobs. That's the value. LinkedIn doesn't say, we allow you to do 100 things on LinkedIn. That's not the value. That's the features. So what's the value of your business? How are you delivering that value? To what channel? Is it your website? Is it Amazon.com? Is it through brick and mortar store? Is it through WhatsApp? How are you delivering? What's your distribution channel? Customer relationship. How you connect with your customer? How do they complain to you? Your revenue streams. Better have multiple revenue streams, right? Your key resources, your engineers, your core team, your board of advisors, what are some key resources that makes you strong? Your own self, your years of experience, people you have been able to pull together. Your key activities. So, for example, LinkedIn, their key activity is building a platform. Netflix, their key activity is having the platform where movies with artificial intelligence gives you the right recommendation, right? So what is your key activity for your business? Then comes your key partners. When they grow, you grow. When you grow, they grow. So strategic partnership. Again, as project managers, you probably understand this very well, but I'll still explain. So Paytm, they have 400 million users, and they're like, I have a vertical for hotels. I have a vertical for events. But I don't want to get in the hotel business or the event business. Let me partner up with existing players. So Paytm tells, okay, Insider, you have 30,000 events. Why don't you're struggling to, sell tickets. I have 400 million people who are paying through my platform. Come with your events to my platform, and I will give you 400 million eyeballs. Insider says, great, I grow. And Paytm says, great, I also grow. Because for every ticketing, I will take a little cut. So that's your strategic partner. It's kind of like, that rickshawala or the cycle who's holding onto a truck going up the bridge. They're going at the same speed as the truck. That's what's happening. That's what. You're a startup, you're starting out, and you hold on to some big guy and you go at their speed. And there is a cost structure. There's different costs. So all of this put together is your business model. I'm not going to go into details, but these are some very useful skills that if you're thinking of starting a startup, and if you have at least 4 or 5 of these, you are good to go. If you don't have them, take some online courses, right? At Kolkata Ventures also, we teach business skills, whether it's communication, whether it's marketing, digital marketing, etc. So all of these things, project management, you already have it, right? So good to have these skills. Designing is a big skill because your advertising, your website, UI, UX, user interface, user experience, all of that requires what would make my customers pay for my product or service. A little bit about COVID-19. These are some industries you want to avoid now because it's just a bad time for them. And it's going to be for a period of time, maybe a year or two. Some industries that are doing extremely well are these. So one podcaster was interviewing me a couple of days ago, and he said, all these big businesses are firing people, and all your Kolkata Ventures incubator startups are hiring people. What's the secret? And the secret is we have been digital all along. It's been virtual incubation with our startups. And we push our startups to be more digital than physical. And so even though lockdown has happened, people are in their homes. As long as they have internet, they're booming, they're growing, and they're hiring more people because they cannot keep up with all the demand. So all these, online delivery business, digital products, digital courses, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, the gig economy is, rising. There's so many project managers who are just doing freelance project management for mid-sized companies and making huge amounts of money. You can be making around $300 an hour as a project manager. I don't know, not all of you make that much, but an hour, just imagine, that's like 21,000 rupees an hour, right? That's a lot of money. And you can do that right now, sitting in India, doing it for a US company or a company in New Zealand, because people have now been convinced that digital way of doing through Zoom or through whatever means, you're able to, do pretty well. So even astrology and products like that, occult science, people are scared. Insurance, astrology, these are also booming. So if you do anything in these domains, they are researched by experts that would boom during COVID-19 times. Now, some of you might not want to do much hard work, and it's okay just to have some easy money. Some of you might want to do $1 million business. So I'll go through both. A very easy thing to do is cloud kitchen. You can just turn your home kitchen, get it FSSAI approved, and start selling through either WhatsApp, like a WhatsApp group of your office colleagues, right? You already are in the office. Be nice to your HR person and get a WhatsApp group and start selling through Cloud Kitchen, your own kitchen, over WhatsApp group. Or Swiggy, Zomato is always there. And there are other competing delivery businesses. Have a unique timing. So a lot of cloud kitchens are doing very well that are open from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. because people, get hungry in the middle of the night, and not all restaurants are open at that time. If you're vegan or keto diet or intermittent fasting, some genre, that's a differentiator. People look at, this guy is interesting. I want to lose weight. Let me get food from their kitchen, right? And if that's too complicated for you, become a consultant. You're already a project manager. You have decades of experience or years of experience. You can do that. You can be corporate trainer. And if you don't want to do any brain work, get a franchisee. That's also okay. But don't get cheated by a franchise. Get a franchise that's reputed. People know it. They have a marketing. They have proper branding, the proper system in place. And if you are a good talker and good educator, you could be an influencer on LinkedIn, and that's a huge money to be made there, right? I have 20,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I tell you, I have in the last 3 years when I came back to India, I didn't have a network. So I was like, how do I build my network? I started doing videos on startups, and I've been able to make more than 200 videos, and that has led to an immense amount of money because people, they watch a 1-minute video and they're like, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. I can apply the principles he's talking about. In fact, they make money with my videos first, and then they come to me for consultation, mentorship, incubation, investment, all of that, right? They're like, we are sold on you and we want more. So that's the beauty of LinkedIn, where as a consultant, you can educate people about what you know, tell people how to project manage, and then, you can be, that's your way of marketing yourself as an expert professional. And when people hear you, they can easily understand you and they can trust you. They see you smile, they like you, and they will want to work with you. They will become your customers. And that's a great way to start. It takes time though. You won't see millions of dollars from day one. It takes time, but it's not a lot of time. In 10 months or less, you should be able to see a little spike if you do everything right. And of course, today I don't have much time, but if you connect with me on LinkedIn, I'm happy to guide you through it. How you do step by step, what are the processes in place. But be patient. If you want to make a lot of money, then build a product. Productize your business. Back in the days, what used to happen is, okay, somebody like a Tata or a Birla or Ambani would think of a product. They would throw money at TV ads and they would push people to buy it. Today, people have many choices. There's social media. You have reviews. So what happens is you have to make things people want. So it's called design thinking. So in short, you do your market research, you figure out what people want, and you build it for them based on the feedback you get from the market. And in short, best way to get started is fill out this one sentence. Again, if I had more time, I would make you write this, but I'll let you do it at your own leisure. So my company, XYZ LLC, helps dash to dash by dash. It will take you a long time because you might be thinking, I do this and this and that and this and this and that. I want to do everything for everyone. If you do everything for everyone, you're nothing for no one. So be something for someone. Be niche, be narrow. Focus on one small market segment, understand their problem, and solve it really, really well. When you do that, you can grow from there. So just like over here, Kolkata Ventures does virtual incubation, we do funding, we do resources, we do education, entrepreneurship education, we do all of those things. But in one line, Kolkata Ventures helps entrepreneurs to growth hack their businesses by using lean startup methodology. Done and dusted, right? What is the most highlighted one line? This helps you with networking. This helps you with marketing. This helps you build your own services. This helps you recruit the right folks when you know what you are, what's your unique value proposition. There are two kinds of businesses. When you talk about the multi-million-dollar business, there's product business, which you make or manufacture, and there's a service business. Seed funding, crowdfunding might be required for a physical product because you have to manufacture, get it tested, UL test, UI, all kinds of CE approval and all that, right? Search seed funding. I don't have time to talk much about it, but it's an amazing way to get funded by a crowdsourced funding because a lot of people put in money for an interesting product that you have just based on a concept. And you can take that money and start building your product, manufacturing your product. You build, you test, you learn. You make mistakes, you build, you test, you learn. You make mistakes, you build, you test, you learn. You don't repeat your mistakes. You build a better product, you get your investment or loan. You can get Startup India loan, Stand Up India loan up to 2 crores, Mudra loan. You can get 15 lakhs from Atal Incubation Centers, Atal Tinkering Labs. Government money is available to you. Trust me, I've done this in Rashtrapati Bhavan. Hundreds of startups are mentored in Rashtrapati Bhavan, and I asked them, how did you get the money from the government? And they told me it's possible. You get rejected by a lot of banks, but eventually you find somebody. The same thing with investment. Even investors reject you left, right, and center. I was rejected by 300 venture capitalists before somebody decided to invest their money in my business, right? So it happens. You just have to be persistent. Marketing, distribution, and sales, you have to have a distribution channel, and because still 90% of the distribution happens through retail. right? 10% is Amazon Infra. So if you have a physical product, you better have good distribution. Services, just get started. Your B2B clients are on LinkedIn. Your B2C clients are on Facebook and Instagram. Test one variable at a time. Don't do too many things all at once. One thing, test it out. If people are paying you, good. Receive money through Razorpay, Instamojo, PayPal. You can, in 2 hours, you can start making money because you guys are professionals, right? I guarantee you that. It's very easy with service business. Make sure you're compliant. You're paying your taxes and everything, accounting, sales push. Once you're done with social media, then you need telecallers who would take the leads, convert them into sales, and make you more money. And in this process, again, you'll build, you measure, you learn, you make mistakes, don't repeat them. Fail fast, succeed faster. It is okay to fail. You will fail, in fact, at the first go. But just like when you learned how to walk, your parents didn't tell you, right? Ki beta abhi, you cannot walk anymore because you failed. You try again, you try again, you try again. My name is Avelo Roy, and my name is inspired by Thomas Edison's middle name, Thomas Alva Edison. And Thomas Edison is very popularly known for failing 10,000 times to build a light bulb. Nobody counted 10,000 or how many times, but he failed a lot of times. But if he gave up, we wouldn't be having light bulbs for many decades. But he tried and tried and tried, and that's what an entrepreneur does. You keep trying, you keep pushing, and today you have access to so many people like me on social media who can help you, who can guide you, who can mentor you, and help you get on your path. I was fortunate to get mentored, and it made my journey to my first million very easy from 19 to 22, first $1 million company. So same thing for you. You have me, you have other people who can help you through this process. And as you go through, you'll realize that it's the best thing when your customer brags about your product. Since of unique selling proposition, USP, go for UBP, unique bragging proposition. When your customers brag about your customer service, when your customer brags about your product and service quality, when you transform lives, you don't have to market anymore. Your customers will do it for you. So make sure that is your focus. Other people's network, right? So how do you market? The basic fundamental of your marketing, first 10 clients, steal clients from other places where they are getting something that you're giving better. So where are these people? So they might be in your competitor's domain. They might be on social media. They might be on Quora. They might be on YouTube. That's why you pay for advertising on social media. You can be paying 100 rupees a day on Facebook. And then look at the insights and see, oh, I thought 25 to 45-year-olds would be my market, but seems like 60-plus-year-olds are, more interested in my product and service. Aha, I get it. So you can make data-backed business decisions, right? You can pivot, you can shift. All of that is the building, testing, and learning process. You learn based on the data you get from Google Analytics, from Facebook Insights, from Instagram Insights, and whatnot. And I'll end here. If there's anything we can do from Kolkata Ventures, go to kolkataventures.com right now at kolkataventures.com/startup resources, right? Or WhatsApp that number you see on your screen and let us know how we can help you. I am actually going on my Google Analytics so I can see if any of you are doing it. And I have some free gifts for you as well. So like I said, I have made all these videos, right, for you. So you can go to youtube.com/Avelo Roy. And you can watch the videos. It has everything from ideation to product development, market research, every bit of businesses that you need to run in 1-minute videos. So go watch my videos on YouTube, connect with me on LinkedIn and Instagram. And if Kolkata Ventures can help you, oh, wow, I'm already seeing 50 people on Kolkata Ventures from here. So that's wonderful. Please fill out the form. It takes you 2 minutes. Let us know if there's any way we can help you. It'll be a pleasure to help you out. Thank you so much, and I'll go back to my host.
Avelo, that was fantastic. I was going to say, give us takeaways. You already gave a WhatsApp number and YouTube videos. Lot of questions coming our way with about 3 minutes to go. Why don't we do rapid fire format?
Let's do it.
First question, this $300 a job, asking for a friend. Where do I find this?
You go to freelancer.com. Or you connect with people on LinkedIn, or connect with me. I'll connect you with people who are looking for people like you.
Right. Just give me a minute. I have to go into LinkedIn right now. All right. Avelo, what do you think is the most important entrepreneurial skill that project managers who are currently working in regular enterprise roles need?
Um, you're used to following a certain pattern and having a system in place. Entrepreneurship is chaos. You're going to make sense of chaos. It's abstractness. People cannot see what you can see with your vision. And what you see, you have to show other people that vision. When you can show that, then you attract the right co-founders. And if there's one thing that makes you successful, average idea with extraordinary people makes you successful. Amazing idea with average people, you're definitely going to die.
Okay, so focus is on the team that we build.
Focus is you have the vision and you can sell the vision to attract the right people. And when you build the right people, you're bound to succeed.
All right. Quick yes or no question. Is it ethical to be working on a parallel entrepreneurial venture while you're currently being employed by a company?
As long as you're not breaking any of the contracts or non-compete agreements or intellectual property agreements, I don't see what is wrong with that. I know many people who are currently CEOs of big startups like Paytm and others who have done the same thing. So, as long as you're not breaking the law, you're fine.
Brilliant. This is a mini experience from a person called Ranajoy. He says he had got himself involved with a senior friend and who had full stakes in the company, but all the work was being done by Ranajoy, except direct sales. But he had a very imposing nature and they didn't gel. How to cope up with these kind of stakeholders, or how do we pick the right partners to get into a startup venture?
So it happens a lot. So remember this one line: hire slow, fire fast. Even if it is a co-founder, if they are creating cancer in your company, eventually that will lead to your death. So quickly talk to them, fix the relationship if possible, take them out for dinner. If that is not possible to fix, get rid of them or make them a sleeping partner. Because otherwise, looking at them, other people will get demotivated and that will kill your business.
Brilliant. This is a question from Tejas Sura. He's actually board member of the PMI globally. He wants to know how many startups that you have financed are successful. What's the normal ratios like?
So in US, I have done 3. In India, I've done 12. In the US, all 3 were successful. I got really nice exits. In India, 2 exits so far, yet to see the other ones.
Okay, so that brings me to my question. How do you define success in the startup world?
So basically, when you build a startup, the end goal is to get exit. So either you get acquired, acqui-hired, you get IPO, or any of those, or an investor buys the smaller investors out. So basically, you either triple your money, or 10 times your money, or 20 times your money, right? So you grow your money. That's what startup is. So the value creation happens, and the value grows, and your money grows, and you get the cash out of it, right? That's the success story. That's what it is, really.
Perfect. And a lot of questions coming out. I will probably summarize them. What is the best way to approach for funding, seed funding, crowdfunding, venture capital? What's the right methodology, or what's the right take on it?
So first, so my mantra is start with zero money, grow with customers' money, scale with investor money. That means the initial prototyping phase you can do with a WordPress website. Don't build the app from day one. Build a WordPress site, do the Shopify, e-commerce. It's all no coding required. You don't have to be an engineer to do it. Build traction. Show on your Google Analytics daily active users, monthly active users, right? With that data, now that you're showing that there's validation, just like a car goes through crash testing, and you show the validation, then go to investor and says, look, without money, if I could do this much, with your money, imagine how much I could do. So now you're showing a story. You're telling a story that this is how I'm going to grow your money, right? The next 18 months this is what it looks like. So you need a pitch deck, you need a business model, and you need a business plan, right? So first teaser of your movie is your pitch deck, 14 to 20 slides. You show them the teaser, get them excited, get referred. It's much better if you get referred by somebody who knows you, because investors get hundreds of emails every day, and honestly, they don't read it. Just like you guys recruit people and you don't go through other resumes. Same thing here. So if you get referred by a friend, then people take attention and they're like, Acha, you have good experience. You're not just a college guy who's starting a startup. So your experience, your team's credentials, all of that, comes in first. Then they look at your business model. If they see it's exciting, then they show more interest, then you have a 20-minute pitch, then due diligence, then funds come. I made
Fantastic.
6 months in 10 seconds, so forgive me for being so brief, but you get the point.
No, that was amazing. I was just going to say you gave us a full life cycle in about few seconds, and it was amazing. Avelo, thank you so much. It was high energy, extremely informative. A lot of questions still popping up, but we'll have to direct them back to Calcutta Ventures. Thank you very much for joining us, and it was an absolute pleasure having you here with us.
Thank you so much. Very grateful to be here.